Hi, my name is Alona and I like to garden. Today I'm working with my petunias, trying to take them from tiny little seedlings and shape them into big, beautiful bushes that are covered with lots of flowers. If this is something you're interested in, let's go. Here are my petunias. I am growing them from a mixed seed packet that I purchased earlier in the year. So I do have a few different types and varieties of petunias in here, which means they all grow slightly different. Now, from what I know, to make sure that petunia grows up to be nice and bushy with lots of flowers on it, you want to pinch it at this stage to make sure that it sends as many side shoots as possible to keep growing. And that's what I am doing today. I'm going to be looking at my plants and seeing if I can pinch anything. All right, so I'm going to start with this one because I can tell already that this is a good example of what needs to be pinched. As you can see, this petunia is growing upwards with hardly any side shoots. They're starting to come in a little bit here and here, but it's not going to be nice and fluffy like I want it to be down the road. So I'm gonna go ahead and take this top off right now so it can start sending as many of those side shoots as possible, and those side shoots grow up to be nice and big. Like that. Let's take a look at this one. Now this one looks different. See how it doesn't have a really long stem? It kind of looks like a little bush already. So this one might not need pinching. So let's take a look. It has this one point of growth, and there's another one over here, a third one over here, a fourth one over here. Because it already has a lot of these leaves started, I'm actually not going to pinch anything on this bush. I'm going to let it grow a little bit more, and once these side ones get a little bit longer, maybe I'll pinch at that point. But for now, I think this one's good to go. Let's take a look at this one. Now this one is another one where we see a nice long stem and not a lot of side shoots forming. So this is another petunia. Then we're gonna pinch at the top to make sure that it starts developing on the sides. Just like that. And here's another one where it's more bushy already. So this one doesn't quite have as long of points of growth as the previous one, but here we have one. Here's another one, 2, 3, 4, 5. So again, nice, good side growth forming already. So this one I'm not going to pinch. Let's do a couple more together. Oh, this baby one is interesting. This one, as you can see, it's quite a bit smaller than some of the other varieties. Look at the difference of this one versus this one. So you can tell I definitely have a mix of seeds here because they have the exact same growing conditions. Now this one is on the smaller side. It doesn't have a lot going on its sides, but I think I'm going to give it a little bit more time to show me its growth habit to see if it's going to get a little bit bigger and going to develop more of these side shoots. Let's do the last one. See, this one looks really pretty from the top. It looks like it's developing quite nicely, but as you can see, not a lot going on the sides. It's just growing in one big stem that's gonna end with one flower up on top. I don't want one long flower of petunia. I want lots of them. So I'm gonna go ahead and pinch this one. All right, so this is how I pinch my petunias to encourage more growth on the side and bushier plant with more flowers on it. I'm gonna keep updating you guys on how these are doing so you can see the results of our efforts down the road. Thank you. It's been 2 days since I pinched my petunias, but there's already progress that I can see. Now let's take a closer look together. So this is one of those flowers that I pinched up on top here. And as you can see, it's actually producing quite a few little side shoots already, and they are of a pretty decent size. That's amazing. Here is another flower that I pinched. See, this is where I pinched it. This one is not as huge of a progress, but you can see little branches starting to bud up in between those leaves. So we're gonna definitely see new growth coming out here pretty soon. Here's a third one. Again, this one I pinched up on top right there. And as you can see, it's putting in some amazing growth on the sides already. Look at all those side shoots coming out. And let's take a look at one more. Here's the taller one that I pinched again. See, that's where I pinched it right up on top there. It had two stems, but now we have all those little guys coming out from in between the leaves. So this is definitely worth doing, in my opinion, to bush up my plants. Again, here's another one. I cut it up on top, and here are the little new branches, new growth coming through already just 2 days later. Imagine how bushier this plant is going to be already, going from one stem to at least half a dozen stems right there. And we're not going to stop there. We're going to pinch it probably one more time, maybe twice in the weeks to come. So if you are like me, growing petunias from seed, and want to make sure that your bushes are big, beautiful, bold, and full of flowers, don't forget to pinch.